I'm Linda Clark, and I'm a member of your Board of Trustees. Welcome to the Sunday morning service of the Unitarian Universalist Church. Unitarian Universalism is a faith tradition committed to creating a just and flourishing world for all people. Our Universalist theology tells us that every person is worthy of love. Thus, when we say, whoever you are, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. This is our message of love to you, inviting your whole self into this space to help us co-create a world centered on our values. We invite you to learn more about us and consider joining this community to enact our values of equity, justice, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. Now, if you're online, I invite you to greet each other through the chat, and if you are present here, turn to someone and who you haven't come with and say hello.
I am so glad that everyone's so excited to be here today. I am also so excited. We're now going to turn our attention, and Karen Campbell and Vera Pellin are going to perform for us "To a Wild Rose."
We light this chalice for the flower and its beauty, for the roots that sustain it, for the stem that connects it to others, for the leaves that catch the light. We light this chalice for the strength and beauty we find in each other, in all our shapes, colors, and ways of being, and for the community we grow together.
Good morning. It's wonderful to be together today. We will be exploring one of the vital aspects of Unitarian Universalism, strength in diversity. We believe that our individual differences, our varied experiences, perspectives, and beliefs are the source of our collective strength and resilience. Much like the many unique flowers we brought today for our flower service, each of us brings a distinct viewpoint and a unique beauty and fragrance to this community, enriching the whole in ways that a single bloom never could. When we recognize and value this vibrant tapestry of humanity, we find deeper understanding, greater compassion, and a more profound connection with one another. In this spirit, we will engage in the Unitarian Universalist tradition of the flower service. As part of this ritual, each of us has brought a flower, a visual representation of our own unique contribution to our shared life. These individual blooms are now gathered outside, symbolizing the collective beauty and strength we create together. At the conclusion of the service, we will each choose a flower and offer it to another person. This simple act embodies the interconnectedness within our diverse community and the gifts we share with one another. Let us take this time to appreciate how our differences lead to a flourishing community and to recognize the beauty and worth of everyone present. And now I ask that our youth help us bring our flowers up, our youth and children. Amelia will be helping guide you. And for the rest of us, please rise in body or spirit and sing hymn number 175, We Celebrate the Web of Life.
Like we planned it. Please join me in reading our GUUC mission statement. We gather as an inclusive community to grow in character, mind, and spirit, and to transform the world towards fairness, love, and compassion. Our vision of beloved community is rooted in the relationships we have with one another, our world, and creation. Each week we share our joys and concerns. We are deeply saddened to share the sudden passing of our former choir director, Amanda Thomas. Amanda served as our choir director for over a year and a half when she had to resign due to health issues. Amanda's talents blessed our worship space. Please hold Amanda's wife, Heather, and her daughter, Brianna, in your hearts. A celebration of life service is planned for later this summer. Details will be shared when available. I have a variety of joys and concerns from the congregation today. Jackie Duffy Hook would like to honor those lost serving our country and their families in memory of Lieutenant Brendan Duffy, having served in the United States Navy. Michael Malmkin shares that my Uncle Frank received a kidney transplant after 5 years of waiting. Our family is overjoyed and awaits the kidney waking up. We ask for your thoughts and prayers. Steve Connett shares that tomorrow is his and Deb's 35th wedding anniversary. And the Quirk family would like to share that Beatrix played in her first piano recital, and they are very proud of her. We're proud of you too, Beatrix. Even when the cares of the world weigh on us, may we find joy in our connections with each other and in the pleasures that life holds. Let us care for one another and ourselves in all the ways that we can.
It is time to gather. My story today is about how the flower communion ceremony was created. It is titled A Plain and Simple Beauty by Janine K. Grossmeyer. In the city of Prague, in the land of Czechoslovakia, in the year 1923, a time between two world wars, there was a Unitarian church. But the building did not look much like a church. This church had no bells, no spires, no stained glass windows. It had no organ to make beautiful music. It didn't even have a piano. It had no carvings of wood or statues of stone. It had no candles or chalices. It had no flowers. The church did have some things. It had 4 walls and a ceiling and a floor. It had a door and a few windows. It had some wooden chairs, but that was all, plain and simple. Except the church also had people who came to it every Sunday, and they were the most important part of the church. Because without a people, a church, any church, is just a building, no matter how tall its spires or how loud its bells. We have a plain and simple church, the people declared, because we are a plain and simple people. We need nothing more. The church also had one other important thing. It had a minister, and his name was Norbert Čapek. He'd been the minister at the Plain and Simple Church for 2 years. Every Sunday, Minister Čapek went to the church and he spoke to the people while they listened, sitting quietly and still in those hard wooden chairs. When he was done speaking, the people talked a little bit among themselves and then they went home. And that was all. No music, no candles, no food, not even coffee and donuts. Minister Čapek had wondered sometimes if there might be something more. He wrote some songs, and the people sang them, but nothing else came to his mind, and so church went on, as plain and simple as before. Springtime came to the city of Prague in the land of Czechoslovakia in the year 1923, and Norbert Čapek went out for a stroll. The rains had come, and the birds were singing, and the flowers were blooming all over the land. The world was beautiful. Then an idea came to him, simple and clear, plain as day. The next Sunday, he asked all the people in the church to bring a flower or a budding branch or even a twig. Each person was to bring one. What kind, they asked. What color? What size? You choose, he said. Each of you choose what you like. And so, on the next Sunday, which was the first day of summer, the people came with flowers of all different colors and sizes and kinds. There were yellow daisies and red roses. There were white lilies and blue asters, dark-eyed pansies and light green leaves, pink and purple, orange and gold. There were all those colors and more. Flowers filled all the vases, and the church wasn't so plain and simple anymore. Minister Čapek spoke to the people while they listened, sitting quiet and still in those hard wooden chairs. These flowers are like ourselves, he said, different colors and different shapes and different sizes, each needing different kinds of care, but each beautiful, each important and special in its own way. And when he was done speaking, the people talked a little bit among themselves, and then they each chose a different flower from the vases before they went home. And that was all. And it was beautiful, plain and simple as the day.
St. Francis of Assisi shares the wisdom that it is in giving that we receive. Giving of our treasure is how we reciprocate the many gifts we are given by this community. Even in an uncertain world, we have so much to be grateful for: life itself, our planet, love, and each other. Giving is also how we live our values in the world. Each month, we share our offerings with an organization that gives life to these values and makes a difference in the world. The recipient of our May collection is the Unitarian Universalist Advocacy of Illinois. UUANI builds power among UU congregations in Illinois to accountably advocate for our UU values at the state, city, and local township levels. As we pass our offering plates, know that it is a vessel that connects us to one another through our gratitude and generosity. So give freely your thankfulness and abundance that our values can forever take hold in the world.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear?
Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home.
You will be found.
crashing through, when you need someone to carry you, when you're broken on the ground.
A Meditation on Planting by David Snedden. Earth, clay from which we are made and to which we return. Soil, rich and aromatic, crumbling in my fingers, dark under my nails. This cleansing dirt, the natural filter for aquifers, holds life. Once weathered rock and dissolved mineral, now joined with humus, decaying material feeding hungry fungus and bacteria. You are living, made of living organisms and giving us life. Forgive us for treating you like dirt. Overlooked as we walk over you without a second thought, littered with our discarded cartons and plastic bags. Forgive us our seeping toxins from clever industrial innovations. Forgive us and accept these seeds. Seeds, promise of future life, may you germinate and live into your full potential. Let your roots feel and follow the earth's gravity down, and let your green shoots break through to the surface and feel the light. Future plant, thank you. Thank you for converting sunlight into chemical energy that allows life to flourish. Thank you, literally, for the food we eat. Thank you, and accept this water. Water, fundamental component. We are only part of your journey. Little puddles making mud, cumulonimbus clouds above, glaciers melting over us tower, sprinkling in a springtime shower, the unimaginable expanse of an ocean's depths, vapor in our dying breath. You are in all of us, in every cell of our being. Water, continue to flow, continue to allow life to grow, continue to quench our thirst, continuing your cycle throughout the earth. Transpiration and evaporation, condensation and precipitation. Continue to filter and trickle into streams, finally reaching the sea, only to continue your journey again into the air. Air, a solution of gases, invisible but felt, held, and heard. We feel you as the air pressure changes and as the trees' leaves dance in your wind. We hold you in anticipation. You are our life breath, flowing in and out of us all, oxygen in and carbon dioxide out. Inhale, exhale. Flowing back and forth between plant and person, algae and animal. We hear you, air. You are the conveyance for our encouraging words and uplifting music as your waves vibrate. You surround us and expand throughout our atmosphere, beyond the stratosphere, toward our sun. Sun, little yellow star, great source of life's energy, bringer of light and warmth, harbinger of the new day as we see you again after another rotation on our axis. Rolling radiant plasma, your solar rays give us hope. Hope for a new tomorrow, hope for warmth after a long winter, hope for light when the future seems so dark and so hard to see. Brilliant giant sun, shine down on our little Earth.
Good morning. Thank you all for coming today. I've been looking forward to see the beautiful variety of flowers on the dais, and I am just as excited to see so many friendly faces in the congregation. I did not bring a flower from my garden today. I had my husband stop at Jewel. While I am one of a few gardeners tending to a small plot in the Lyle Community Garden, I don't have a particularly green thumb. I have no instinct for how much to water or when. I tend to be overcautious and let vegetables get too ripe. And I'm still working through a childhood anxiety over not getting dirt under my fingernails. I have spent a fair amount of time looking up gardening tips. I find the Better Homes and Gardens website to be a particularly enjoyable rabbit hole. A few weeks ago, scrolling during a mental break from trying to optimize our planting strategy, I was particularly drawn to an article titled, "Chaos Gardening is a Fun, Carefree Way to Garden." I find that most practices the folks at Better Homes and Gardens describe as chaotic or low effort still require a level of planning and investment beyond my capacity. In the first paragraph or so, it seemed they really were advocating for just throwing whatever seeds you had into whatever dirt you could find. Further scrolling revealed, however, that it was not quite that simple. While some plants, such as carrots, are game for a truly chaotic planting experience, many vegetables and flowers require some level of planning regarding soil makeup and sunshine hours, all of that. I was a bit disappointed by this reality check, but it made sense based on what little I know about gardening. The truth is that some plants are hardier than others and are more adaptable to living outside of their ideal conditions. It's also true, however, that even very delicate plants can thrive outside of their preferred range if given the proper shelter and care. When I think back on last year's flower communion, I remember looking at the rows of vases in front of the pulpit, each full of many different shapes and sizes of blooms. I imagined all of those flowers in one big garden and thought of what sort of care would be needed to allow so many species to thrive together. A truly carefree chaos garden would be unlikely to support such a wide variety of flowers. In order to suit the needs of each new plant, the garden itself would need to be meticulously tended. The gardener would need to balance the different water, soil, and sunlight preferences of each flower and try to adapt the overall ecosystem accordingly. No, the garden would not be chaotic at all. The chaos would come from the flowers. Just like the flowers on the dais today, each of us found our way to this place on a path all our own. Whether our journey was thoughtfully planned like an imported tulip bulb or unpredictable and wind-tossed like a dandelion puff, we find ourselves in this garden together. A more knowledgeable gardener than I might extend the metaphor with a wider variety of plants, each with different adaptations and needs, but plants need only adapt to the particular climate in which they are growing. Humans, on the other hand, are expected to adapt to a world where we never know what the next day, let alone the next season, will bring. For better and for worse, humans also have much more agency than flowers when it comes to how they adapt and care for themselves and one another. Unlike the carefully tended plants in most household gardens, we can't always rely on a devoted caregiver to fulfill our needs. Not only must we look out for ourselves, we also have a responsibility to care for our neighbors and for the larger world around us. So maybe our congregation isn't exactly like a garden. As much as I love a descriptive metaphor, the world is too complicated for many things to be exactly like anything else. Even so, the ritual of flower communion invites us to consider the many gifts we each bring to this community and the bounty of love and fulfillment we receive. Today, I encourage each of us to also think about how we might contribute to the resilience and thriving of vulnerable people within and beyond this DUC garden, as well as how we might help one another adapt so that we are all able to weather the storms ahead.
Today, as we share in our flower service, we will practice giving in what may be a new way for some of us. In doing so, we are extending the spirit of the original flower service. As Vera plays, we will come forward, choose a flower, and give it to the person behind us. You are giving away that flower that spoke to you of beauty and strength and diversity. We will now start the flower communion part of the service. There are enough flowers here for everyone, whether you brought a flower here today or not. Please come forward row by row, forming two lines. Amelia and I will start by selecting a flower and giving it to the first person in each line. Those people will then pick a flower to give to the person behind them. This will continue to the end until the last two people will then choose flowers to give to Amelia and me, finishing the circle.
Thank you all so much for participating. Today's benediction is Be a Branch of the Tree of Life by Norman V. Naylor. Our eyes and minds turn now toward the ordinary, leaving this space made sacred by our presence take with you at least some seed of understanding, hope, and courage, and drop it into the confusion of the world. Nourish the seed that it might grow as a tree of life, giving shelter to the weary and hope to the despairing. Be yourself a branch of the tree of life. Amen. Please join me in reading our chalice extinguishing words. We extinguish the light of this chalice, but not the light in our hearts. Until we meet again, may the warmth of our community carry you. Thank you.